sipping, I'm sipping, I'm sipping, I'm sipping, I'm sipping, I'm sipping, I'm sipping.
Sipping, I'm 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 sipping.
This is Sippin' with Sammie. I am Sippin' with Sammie, Sam Malone, Barstool, Rug. If you ain't sipping with Sammie, you ain't sipping right. Get your fucking life together. And I got the chick with the juice with me.
Hey, y'all already know who it is. It's your highness hashtag chick with the juices, juicy baby, the party plug. If you know, you know. If you don't, you better get on a fucking smoke wave.
Say that. And we have at this point is a friend to the show because she was a friend before the show, and this isn't her first time on the show. But introduce yourself to the people for me, please.
Yo, I went. All of a sudden, I feel like I need to have like a whole thing.
You ain't got you, bitch. We gonna get you a thing.
We gonna get you a thing.
We gonna get you a thing.
Definitely
We gonna get you a thing.
All right. Right now, Serita Lewis and it's friend to the show, friend to the city.
Love it. Love
Shit,
it.
definitely a friend to the city, man.
I'm hearing.
That was a great way to introduce yourself. Actually, you might have said something better than either one of us.
Yeah, right.
When you think
I'm just a
about
party plug. You the friend to the city. We need
like,
her.
That's so much heavier. She like AI.
Yeah, right.
Like that's heavy. That's heavy. But just real quick for the people that didn't catch you on the last episode, a little background about who you are and what you do as a friend to the city.
So again, my name is Serita Lewis. I'm from Philadelphia, and I really just like giving back. So what I do is I join with really amazing people like you, like Chick with Juice. I mean, like it's not just about the juice, right? Give back to the community.
Juice is about, you are a chick with the juice. You understand what I'm saying? So chick with the juice is definitely not about juice. It is about status. It's about your bossness. It's about how you move and how you hustle. That's what juice is.
Just like being fly is not about an outfit. It's a way of moving.
It's a mentality.
It's a state of mind.
Right.
And for me, like I know I love my black people.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like I have a problem with anybody else in the world. Not
At all.
I don't. But I love my black people.
Facts.
And I need to make sure that we are ready and prepared to be able to embrace our excellence. You got people telling you that you wear a crown and you from royalty, but if you acting like you're not royal, then it's a problem. You know? But we got to teach our kids how to get back to that status.
Exactly.
So, you know, I educate, I have fun, and I support anybody that's about that life. So, and y'all are about that life.
Yes.
And it's funny because like she just came out of meetings all day just now.
Yes. She came here and it's kind of breathed a sigh of relief. Like,
I was like, oh my God, everything was so deep today. And I was like,
Nah, we ain't gonna do that. We gonna have some fun. And then like she has her own initiatives, and like she said, she's constantly support. You don't sleep. It's like her, you. I'm surrounded by women. Paul, y'all don't sleep.
No, we don't.
Like, do your pets know y'all? Do your house, do your bed have a den in it?
My mom's cat lives. So his name is Buddha, and he lives down the street. My mom is 3 doors down from me.
oh, I love it.
But he's an indoor cat.
Yes, I
But
had
then
one.
he's decided that he likes to come over to my house and hang when he feels like it.
Yeah.
So he's been in my house. So he'll just like roll in. And
Like, hey, what's up? You
right.
good today?
And my girlfriend come over and she was like, oh, she texted me, she said, I'm at your door, but there's this really cute cat that just came over and I think I'm going to take him home. And I was like, that's my mom's cat, leave him alone. And so as soon as I opened the door, he rushed in the house and was like, where my food at? We're over there.
So now you got to keep a bowl and food.
I have a bowl. I always have a bowl. It's like with the lid on it, so that when he comes over, I just take the lid off and get the water. And
So
then
now you gotta go past the house so that you can feed the cat.
No, there's people in the house for him, but he
might
has
go back
taken
to
over
mom's house.
But he has taken over my room. Like I walk in my room and he looking at me from my bed like, so.
Like, what's up?
Yeah, because you don't be there.
I don't be there. So he's like, why you think that I should get up? And I'm like, get out my bed. And he's like,
my cat actually, believe it or not, meets me at the door every morning. I say morning because I don't get in the house until about 3, sometimes 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning. So my cat, unlike my dog, doesn't care fucking.
The opposite, right?
Like, that nigga be like, I'm asleep. Like, who the fuck said come in this late at night? My cat is at my door, and literally, like, I open the door and she was like, meow. I'm like, what's up, Sash? And she was like, meow. I'm like, all right, everything good? Meow. I'm like, all right, come on, we going upstairs. She be like, thank God, nigga, I've been down here waiting for you all day.
Yo.
really?
Yo.
She like you like that?
Yeah,
That's hilarious.
My daughter was like, this is ridiculous. Like,
yeah, that's stupid.
Sense. My cat is attached to me, and I got a house. I got kids. I got a dog that she beats up, a pit bull that she raised, and she kicks the pit bull's ass all the time, slapping up. Yeah, all the time.
And that's what I was just thinking of. Like, we had a old head smoker around my way. We'll call him Pop Pop. Pop Pop had a little dog and a cat. Every morning, Pop Pop would walk out the house and walk 2 blocks to the corner store, and the dog would be behind him, and the cat would be right behind the dog, and they'd be walking in a straight line, all 3 of them, all the way there and back.
I have a picture in my phone right now. My husband, he does not go to sleep until I come home. You know, very supportive.
And your cat, like everybody's
hilarious. Listen, I pull up 3 o'clock in the morning. On the corner is my husband leaning up against the wall, my dog sitting in front of my husband, and the cat laying next to the dog. Like, nigga, we been waiting for you to come home all day, bro. You gotta stop coming in at 3, man. We tired. Like,
why is your life a ghetto cartoon?
I'm telling you, it needs to be.
That would be the best. Okay, I'm gonna need you, like, one of your labels for one of your bottles. It's gonna have to hit a lineup.
It's gonna have
That'd
to.
be hard.
It's gonna have to. That's a good idea. I'm gonna have to give you some percentage off
family,
that.
You know what I mean?
The family, because I literally, my animals are people. They're not dogs or cats. They're people.
Gosh, that's hilarious.
Yeah.
Hilarious.
Like, when do you know that it's late?
Yeah, like they really like, and I'm looking. My husband's like, "Hey, babe," the dog like, "Come on, bro."
Like, I ain't want to be out here.
The cat, like, I be up all night anyway. It is. Like,
you know how we do. You know that we crew. So
right,
where's the vanilla Dutch?
Let's go.
Yo, that's hilarious.
Man, I can't make it up. I love my family, man.
Now, I want to tell the people that's tuned in and that's used to seeing Sai's beautiful face that she's on vacation. As we've been saying all year that she deserves.
And she needs it.
So
I'm
salute
not
to
upset
her.
At all.
Salute to sis. She out there hopefully getting a tan because I know she wants one.
She better be. She for all of us because us.
Everywhere.
Miami, I think.
I think it was Miami.
All I know is us light-skinned people need to get some type of sun in the wintertime because I have never been this light in my life. I'm so ashy.
You ain't been able to adapt to your melanin this year?
No, and it doesn't make any sense. Like, somebody looked at me the other day, was like, "You all right?" I'm like, "Yes, I'm okay. I'm fine." They like, "You just look real light." I said, "It's winter. It's wintertime, and I'm a little ashy."
Yo, what's wrong with her?
People get ashy.
Nah, but let's talk about the temper tantrum we witnessed on the 6th.
Yo, he actually did that. It was so planned though. Like, he was telling people back last year, come and hang out with us on the 6th. Like, he said it's gonna be something going down on the 6th.
He said it on the 16th of December.
So if he did that back in December, why did the FBI not come prepared?
Because the George Floyd protest was overnight.
Right, and
that just happened out of nowhere.
Right, and they were prepared. Like, they had the
prepared.
Right here.
They were over prepared.
A little bit.
Sheesh.
Did you?
They was beating women and media like it was nothing.
They were
in every city.
No, they was
in every city.
People.
In every city though.
Yo.
Yeah.
Same song.
Yeah, I don't. There's the 6 did not. It surprised me by watching it because we've never seen anything like that. However, nothing in 2020 has surprised me.
That's why I think it's more of a shocking thing than a surprise thing.
Yeah, it's like,
because ultimately I knew like these motherfuckers out here ready to turn up. Yeah. I didn't know what way we was gonna see it.
I don't know that it was even a surprise. I mean, like, they had done it here in Pennsylvania.
That's why I say it's like
ran up the steps back in at the state building here.
Yeah,
you know what I will say though, and some people probably gonna talk shit, but I give them their props because our dumbasses, we get mad, we fuck up our own place. Where they go? They went straight to Congress where they had a problem.
Well, you know what
I don't
happens,
see none
though?
of us running up to Washington.
I'm gonna tell you why. Leadership.
We don't.
Exactly.
No, it's not even about leadership.
No, we don't got the same.
I'll explain why.
Ability to do that.
Yeah, I was thinking that first, but when I say leadership, it's not as far as having better leadership. It's when the person that you follow is down the street from that target. That's where you're going to act up at. You see what I'm saying? Like, his house is down the block from there.
Yeah.
And he said, come to my crib and I'm going to walk y'all down the street and we going to go have a ball.
But he also made them believe that he was going to protect them the same way that.
But he did.
But
he did.
Yeah. Oh, he definitely did.
He protected them.
I mean, like, anytime you got the police say, "Oh, you don't go in?" Oh, Henny, open up the gate for you.
Listen, I watched one of the videos. The guy was coming. It's like when you trying to get into an apartment building that you got to ring the buzzer in.
Right.
The boy was coming down the steps and walked out the door like he was leaving with his suitcase, with his briefcase, and they all walked right in. Like, thank you very much for holding the door, bro. Like, what the fuck is going on?
But what's amazing, like, first of all, it's crazy because people said they stormed without any weapons. They had plenty of weapons.
They were calling them
zip ties.
Automatics. The zip ties was the ones. Yo,
because they was going to do something. They was going to kidnap and kill. They was talking about hanging the vice president at the front door.
Yeah.
That noose was for the
noose was for the president.
The noose was for the vice president.
For what?
For Pence.
Because Trump convinced them that he could reverse what was going on, and if he didn't do so, then he was going to pay for it.
He's the enemy.
That was part of the speech right before they took the walk. Yeah. So like they went down there, they was at the door saying it, and I also saw another situation at the door that the lady got shot at. Mm-hmm. Right before she got shot, it was officers on the outside of that door, and the motherfuckers told them, "Yo, I'm watching people get fucked up. I don't want to see you get hurt. Mm-hmm. We gonna make a path. Just go." The motherfucker said, "You right," and walked away. Mm-hmm. And that's when they got to really breaking that window and going over that barrier that looked like a desk or something. Yeah, that they was then she lunged, which is a fucking 14, 15-year Air Force vet.
Who knows better, knew what was going to happen.
But no, I mean, she fought for the country. They hated Kaepernick for kneeling.
Yep. I mean, they hated Obama for wearing a tan suit.
They hated Obama because somebody said he wasn't from here. Because somebody said.
They hated Obama. They so dumb. They was like, Obama, like Bin Laden? Like, what? Like,
but you know what's crazy?
Dumb as shit.
When it first came out that he was going to run, everybody said his name was going to be the problem.
Yeah.
But it's partially because of the propaganda. Like, y'all built this up so much against foreign terrorists.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm more worried about Matthew and Charles and them. Like, them motherfuckers on the block.
Exactly.
But they were worried about them, and they refused to call them terrorists. Mm-hmm. They also refused.
But they could go shoot up a school.
Was treason.
Oh, you know what else they are? A word I only heard used at one specific time in my life. Them motherfuckers is insurgents.
Oh,
and I had.
They was insurgents.
That's a good one.
Ain't they insurgents? That's insurgent than a motherfucker. I mean, when you really think about it, like I was like, yo, they are insurgents. Yep. Because remember, wasn't they say, I don't know no insurgent? Now we do.
Now we do.
Now you do. Okay.
Now we do.
Like on some real stuff. Like I was so fucking triggered.
Absolutely.
On Tuesday. But and it took me until Wednesday to figure out why I was triggered. Because all I knew was I was just mad. And I was just like, I would see the videos, I'd be like, oh, no, and I put my phone down. But the reason why I was mad, because all of a sudden, and this is probably going to sound like this might bring it down a little bit, but we're going to bring it back up.
We good.
I was mad because in my life, I never expected to see a lynch mob. In my life, I never expected to see anything that looked just like Black Wall Street happening. And it's exactly the visual that I got was a whole bunch of angry white people storming down the street, going to the building where they intended to get somebody, extract them, and extract their vengeance the way that they wanted to, and the police would stand there and do nothing. And in my life, I never thought that I would live to see that story that should never happen again.
But you know what?
So I was triggered.
You know why that's very valuable and is no shame about thinking that?
Not at all.
It actually
I don't think we all,
ultimately shows how vulnerable we are still.
Yeah.
Because if they can do what the fuck they want up there, then you know that if we get this neighborhood into prosperity, they can still run through here.
Exactly. And I'm glad you just said that, because
that's a real thing. Because we've seen it 100 times.
That's what I started thinking about. I'm like, the first thing I started thinking about was, oh my God, race war. Then I started thinking, like, damn, if they're allowing them to, if you can storm Congress, what
with
the fuck?
All of them in there.
With all of them in there, with guns and everything. What is stopping, them from, like he just said, running through our hood?
But see, here's the now,
and they were armed. They were armed. They were ready.
The one boy they booked had a van full of bombs and big guns.
Yes, they was ready.
Like full. He parked it, went to the rally with,
ready.
and went back to his truck, and they grabbed, like he was ready for the after party. He had something for the party, and he had some bottles for the after party. Go ahead, my bad.
So one of my friends actually said this today, and we were talking to some young boys, and what he said made me feel so validated, because he was like, look, this is not our fight. This is actually something that I've been hearing over and over again since like last year. He said, this is not our fight,
but it will
this
affect
is the
us.
white people on white people fight, and we have every responsibility to stay away from it. This is not our time to protest whatever they got going on, because they want to fight each other. Let them. They won't kill each other. Let them. But we have to actually spend this time, this valuable time, creating our own ability to be unified and identify what we require, so that when they come to us, we are a unified group of people ready to handle ourselves, because we ain't got nothing to do with that. Like, gone.
I agree wholeheartedly. But I also think that when you, like, oh man, it's so much. When you say, like, we got to pay attention to what they doing. We have to prepare ourselves.
Pay attention to what they're not doing too.
Pay attention to what they're.
You just don't get in the
And one thing I always tell people is, when you hear what they saying and it sounds like a chorus, it's something that just sounds like it's so easy to roll off the tongue. Start thinking about what they not saying. And what's missing, and where. All right, cool. They divert the energy away from government things. Where do these people's energy go? You know what I mean? But one thing, and we could talk about it after you make your point, but I wanted to bring up a debate I was watching all night last night. Was it wrong for the president-elect Biden to bring us into the conversation the way that he did? Even though it's a reality that we all had on the front of our minds, was, what if all those people was black? When he said that as a new president, or about to be president, on that kind of stage, did that open up a certain kind of energy for us in a situation that we didn't have anything to do with? That was the debate. Yeah,
I don't think it did, because like you said, it's something that we already know. And for him, see, you know, I'm not a huge Biden fan either.
Nobody is.
You know what I mean? But
he ain't got no friends.
No. But you know what Biden's take with his thing is, you know, he's for the people. He's for us. You know what I'm saying? Bullshit, but you know, he's for us. So that's what that is. Like, you know what I mean? Oh my God! Like, what if it was the black folks?
Well, see, that's the thing, and that's part of what they were upset about, because they was like, it's more of a publicity stunt.
Yeah.
Because you know it's a political
all of
message.
This is.
It's not an original thought. For one, was a point that I heard made.
What can be original about that?
You know what I mean? And two, well, saying that means that it was purely done for.
That I don't believe
tell you
that.
Something.
But
my unoriginal thought is the exact same thing. If it was about, like, it is not anything that has been all over Twitter and Black Twitter.
No,
it's not anything that has been all over every piece of social media. So for him to say the very thing that the people in his country that he is the steward of, starting on the 20th, what he say that was wrong?
I'm not against it either. And mind you, the NBA, WNBA echoed his sentiment. Well, actually, they probably said it first. I don't know. I don't want to give him credit.
I said it.
But I'm sure they said it. I'm sure they said it first. I'm about to say. I'm sure they said it first before they said it publicly any fucking way. You know what I mean? Like, at the end of the day, as soon as you saw that at first glance, you start looking to see what the demographic is, and then you start thinking, what if the demographic switches? Because we just saw when the demographic was different, with a completely different energy behind the crowd.
Facts.
And that's fair. But I just wanted to open it up because a lot of people made good points. Nobody convinced me that he shouldn't have said it. No. But I understood why some people thought that it was like bringing us into a fight we had nothing to do with.
You're damned if you do and
you're damned if you don't. And also,
yeah, because at the same time, we mad at the other one for not speaking to shit that's happening.
This is also another deterrent. We got 90,000 people out there fighting. Some people got mad, some people don't. So we're going to have corona spikes from a riot. That's number one. Well, you know what I'm saying?
That might be a blessing in disguise.
No.
If they all just spread it to each other now,
they drop off.
Look, what it is. One of they military women, and they love the military so much, just died. One of the cop they killed was a Trump supporter. Killed a blue life that was one of they red hats. So like, they taking their own out. They might as well do it virally too.
Yeah, no. Listen, it is what it is.
Like, do you realize, like, that's so backwards when you go in there for a mission, and as far as being reported, because I'm sure a couple of those blank faces we ain't seeing for a reason, but y'all fucked your own folks up. And I'm not just talking about who died, who got injured.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Y'all was throwing somebody crutches at this cop.
They was already.
Who crutches was those?
It was somebody in a wheelchair and everything. Like, where did y'all get?
No,
the
like,
handicapped
it's
people
crazy.
from? Like it didn't.
How she get up all them steps?
Shut up.
How did she? Y'all let. So now let's think about that. Y'all let the handicapped lady in a
they
wheelchair
got
get
access.
up all the steps,
But I mean, with all that melee,
and we can't even get on the sidewalk.
you can't walk on the grass.
Sorry,
You couldn't sit on the grass and read a book.
Nope.
No bullshit. They would
gotta
act
keep
like you
moving.
was there for immediately. And you can ask anybody that lives in DC. They know don't go around there fuck around unless you on a school
know.
tour. What is it, camp?
With me and
I'm going down there.
Me and 2K was sitting in the G shop watching it as it was going down. And we sitting there. We talking, looking at it, looking at it. And I'm talking to him. I'm like, yeah, I said, man, it's a lot of people on them steps. So he looked up, and it wasn't a lot, but it was a lot. So I said, so we talking again. We not looking again. I look up. I said, God damn, it's a lot of people on them steps. Two looked. I said, are they getting ready to go in there? I said, I think they getting ready to go in there. We talking again.
They in there.
I said, this is like breaking into the White House.
But they had so much practice all summer long. They
ran in Michigan
for this very thing. They got real good with how do I kick the door to, like, they was finding the sweet spot in the door on all
Shit, it was them that was fucking shit up during our shit.
They are
They would come
military
into our
trained.
neighborhood. Like, so one of my friends told me that the riots on 52nd Street,
Which I wasn't in, but I was
Caught up in the middle of.
girl,
I got the video.
Yeah, no, it was crazy. Like one of my friends said that there was a white dude walking around. He had this long pole, and he was sticking it into the gates and twisting it to break the locks, and then telling people go in.
Cause remember,
He was opening all the locks. It was a whole. First of all, I want you to peep something. I'm from West Philly. I used to live on 51st and Chancellor. All in that area. Probably about 8-9 years ago. When they started the gentrification and all that stuff started happening, but the crowd that was moving in would be like, like the white guy that wear the heavy metal and his dog, he got a skirt on and combat.
I know
boots
exactly what you're talking about.
I mean? But it was weird because it was a flood.
But see, they don't fit in anywhere but where we at.
Right.
But I understand that. But understand this: these are the same people that I saw
That day.
that day in the bullshit.
Absolutely.
Starting the bullshit.
Absolutely.
You understand? So it's almost like the motherfuckers was planted.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? Like we know.
I wouldn't put it past nothing.
You know what I mean?
wouldn't
It
put
was
it past
weird.
nothing.
It was
But you
weird.
know what's crazy? Like just y'all saying that, the whole time I was watching, that just cleared up something that was fucking me up. Cause I'm like, if I'm a business, I'm suing the security place because no matter what happens, this gate ain't supposed to lift.
Period.
Now it looked like they was prying the gate open, but if you're saying somebody was busting the lock, the reason they were able to lift it was because it was unlocked. They just don't know how to raise a gate.
Right.
Some of them need keys, and some of them is a certain place where you had to find the chain and pull the chain.
Every
and shit.
gate in the city was
that
broke.
answers that question for me because I was literally like, how is every gate on 52nd Street getting raised by
Popping locks.
regular people?
They were
Like,
going to the
not-
back doors and
I didn't know
popping the
that.
locks on the back doors. They
And I
were
heard a
going-
lot. I didn't know that.
Yeah, it was
I'm like,
crazy.
it wasn't a forklift that somebody pulled up and said, "Wow."
I was at the Platte.
Although they did have forklifts taking the
At Lowe's.
and drying.
At Lowe's.
No. That ain't nothing. I saw
they did do
I
Yeah, I
seen
saw
the
that.
dude that stole the damn the little mini forklift from Lowe's and was driving down Belmont Avenue with the fucking ATM on it.
Stop that.
Yes, he was all over.
I saw him on the news.
seen it.
Yeah, I watched him on the news.
Okay,
So when I say I was in the middle of it,
I watched
was in
him
the
on the
middle of
news.
it.
I watched them get that ATM.
I was leaving the Platte.
They was over there for a minute.
I was leaving the Platte to go pee. So I go over to the plaza. So I said, let me run over to the plaza.
Wow.
This is how. Now I'm gonna tell you how weird the Platte
When you
is.
at the Platte, nothing else is going on.
exists.
Nothing.
Yo, it could be a bomb.
You don't even know what time it
You
is.
don't know what's going on outside because we chilling. It's not that type of vibe.
And it's a lot to look at.
So when you come out the Platte, so I come out the Platte, it look normal at first. You know what I mean? I'm about to hit 52nd Street.
This is hilarious.
And mind you, all the rioting is further up 50 on the other side of Market.
Yeah, right.
So I'm just trying to get to the plaza. You know what I mean? So I'm like, we driving, everything look normal as shit. So I'm like, so let me run in here to the ShopRite and go. I said, damn, they closed the ShopRite. shit, I'm run over here. And as I'm driving over, I go to Lowe's. And I'm gonna tell y'all, ladies, if you ever need to use the bathroom, go to Home Depot or go to Lowe's, because women don't really use those bathrooms, so they're
right.
super fucking clean. So
I used to work at Home Depot. That's a fact.
I go to Lowe's to go to the bathroom.
That's a fact.
So as I'm getting ready to go into Lowe's to go to the bathroom, I just see I'm talking about it. Like, I don't know if they jumped out a fucking van or what, but I'm talking about it had to be like 50 people just start running up behind the car. So I'm looking in the rear view like, what the fuck? They're running it. They go into Foot Locker. All these. So
but that was planned though.
Now I'm in awe. So now I'm stuck. I can't move. Right. Car and park, and I'm just watching. Wow. I've never seen no shit like this before. Like you said, never thought that I would live to see anything like this. So I'm like, I only seen shit like this on TV. Yeah. So I'm videotaping, and my fucking back door opens. Quickly, I said, somebody getting in my car. No, my fucking folks then jumped out the goddamn car.
They like, they getting it. No, but you know what's crazy?
You know how mad I was?
And I don't want to get too far into that, because we done did a couple episodes about that. But that's crazy. But you know what's crazy? Is you ever see Lethal Weapon, the one with Samuel L. Jackson? Not Lethal Weapon, Bruce Willis and Samuel L. Jackson.
Die Hard.
Yeah. That one. When the little kid is wilding and they grab him, he's like, what are you doing? He was like, the cops are into something. You can fucking steal City Hall if you want.
Yeah.
It was like that day. Like, that's all that kept ringing in my head. I'm like, you could literally steal City Hall. They're giving people 12 hours to loot a store that's been on the news all day.
It was the purge.
It was.
But you know what happened with the...
But they planned it. Like,
and
they had already been telling people where to go and what time to
It was the second
But you know, Lowe's just reported a natural disaster and got a brand new store.
Yeah, most of them did. The liquor store.
And that's what was crazy. Like, I mean, we know small businesses took a hit. And that's why I kept preaching that we need to figure out ways to help those that we know that have such. But these big motherfuckers that y'all was complaining about and fighting for, they got a renovation.
Yeah, I wasn't worried about no.
They didn't take no hit.
My thing is this, and like I say this all the time, and y'all hear me say this all the time. You know, I'm not into looting. I'm not into stealing. That is not how you fix a problem by.
It is how we got here, though.
Yeah, it is by them, but you know what I'm saying. That's not what me personally. I'm just not into. I don't like thieves and I don't like liars. Even though I keep it 99.9.
My mom would say that every day.
You know what I mean? I don't like thieves and liars, but especially a thief, because you can never ever. A thief will steal this. A thief will steal anything. But even though I was not in the looting and I did not buy anything in the looting, steal anything, I did support small businesses. So if you sold something in the looting, I probably bought it. You know what I mean? We won't say that. But you know what I mean? So if you see me with something,
yo, she is the best, yo.
The honesty.
No, but like my man got like a washing machine or some shit, and it was crazy because I was talking to it. It was like 2 days later, we was picking up platters from somebody we knew that was trying, raise money or whatever. And because it's definitely the pandemic. So we outside because it's social distancing. We standing from car to car talking. And he was like, it was crazy. And I'm riding around. I'm like, this is crazy. He like, yo, motherfuckers don't give a fuck. He like, I did get a washer though.
Listen.
I'm like, yeah.
Everybody was so
like, hold up. You ain't get some sneaks. You got a whole washing machine. You act like they was drawing.
My
husband
was one of the winners of the day. With tools. I said, did you fucking go looting? He talking about, no, I've been buying shit all day. But this is what made it funny.
If you know the hood, you good.
When I made it down 52nd Street, now I'm curious. So I'm like, oh no, fuck that. I'm gonna ride down 52nd Street. So now we riding down 50. So now we're in the loot. Now the cops is out. They bringing the. I've never seen no shit like this before in my life. I'm excited and weirded out at the same time, and disappointed, and it was just so many emotions.
All your emotions.
And I'm riding down 52nd Street, and I'm just like trying to figure out, like, you know what I'm saying, how not to be in the middle of the bullshit, but you know what I mean.
Kind of want to see it.
Yeah, like, but I still want to see all the bullshit, and I forgot what my point, but whatever. Looting's wrong, guys.
No, but listen here.
Fucking loot,
you
man.
Sitting in the middle of where they was looting for 2 days straight.
The second looting,
2 days straight. The bottom and the top of the street was getting hit for 2 days straight. Listen, all we heard was explosions and cop cars.
Let me tell you something.
They was coming back and taking turns, like filling their car up. You watch this, coming back with. I said this.
I watched the nigga fill up 3 cars and then I watched him get arrested.
I watched the cops.
It was crazy. All the cars are gone though.
I watched the state, whoever the fuck, the army people, the army people come. The reserves came, moved on Broad and Hunting Park, moved everybody out because they was in the Walmart. They tore that joint up. I sat in that McDonald's parking lot. They moved out. As soon as they moved out, They was like roaches. It was like roaches. It's like you turn the light on, they scatter.
It's
you walk
hundreds
back
of
out, and then they
motherfuckers.
100 coming right back. They
but
did
going
not give
everywhere.
a fuck.
But
People was walking out with the dumbest shit.
almost
like,
got hit by motherfuckers. 3 days later, we went uptown and I was on Wadsworth. I just wanted to see what Cedarbrook and Shellham looked like, and I swung past the Sneaker Villa, and niggas had just hit the Sneaker Villa again. So I'm pulling up to the light, and these motherfuckers is behind me. She can tell you like, yo, move the fuck out the way, dickhead. Like, yo. And I'm like, what the fuck? And I move as much as I can. They swerve around me, damn near hit me. It's another car behind them. They bang a hard ass right in between with the Prectal Factory and all of that. And the cops is right behind these motherfuckers. And I'm like, yo. And I'm looking at the Sneaker Villa like they clearly just hit it. The wood is pried open. But you just reminded me, because while you was saying it, I'm like, what? Why was I in the house when that was going on? We was filming the damn episode.
Wow.
And I got a FaceTime from Twin. My man Twin, I don't know if you met Twin. Twin was like, yo, it's going crazy out here. They just set 3 state trooper cars on fire. I'm at Broad and Vine.
Yeah, that's where I was at.
And I was like, what?
I was at
and we
Market.
turned it on and did some CNN shit and did the picture-in-picture shit. It just talked about it as it built.
Yeah, I was on Market Street. That's what I
Real
was about to
shit.
say. When I was on 52nd and Mark, I'm on 52nd Street, and these motherfuckers literally was fucking looting on 52nd Street and on 51st Street. These niggas had stands set up with the fucking. If
With
they
the
stole
same shit.
Verizon phones, I swear to God, they had the tablecloth. I said, do these niggas had a whole setup?
That's
from
how
the
it was.
store?
No, that's how it was around here though.
I said they just set up stands. Like fuck it.
Like these homeless people around here was walking around.
Look at groovy.
Nice
Niggas had shit that was too big for them.
Remember the 80s and the 90s when you would go downtown and the nigga just have everything on his arm like,
I got it. Gold toothbrushes and everything, baby.
you know what I mean? Just pull they shit up. Hey, it was real.
What kind of sneaks you got? Sneaks, I bought a couple. I did. I got me a couple pair of sneaks, all that shit. But shit was.
I knew you got fly back to say no.
I did. No, I did. You know what everybody had? Hair.
Oh my God.
Everybody
Yo,
had
real
hair.
shit. I ain't gonna lie. I thought about it. If I was one of the ones, I'm getting hair. Cause
No, you
I
know
can
who
sell
I
hair for the
respected?
next 3 years if I get a couple boxes of this bitch.
I don't care, but the
It's
people
gonna
who
sell.
hit the Apple store, y'all corny unless y'all really
Y'all stupid.
That's track. You're not getting
You
none of
stupid.
that.
You can't do nothing with a computer.
But if you hit the dispensary, I'm trying to holler at you real quick.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, get this juice popping.
Get this juice popping.
Get this juice juicy.
Yeah, the dispensary. I didn't get to nobody. Every liquor store, what? Everybody was calling.
No,
me.
the liquor store.
Popping they trunk, $200. Take all.
You know what's
$90.
funny?
But the liquor store, like the second time around, they had actually already boarded up the liquor store on 43rd Street. I was like, what the fuck?
No, they were ready.
Yeah.
They was ready,
Like, they had
but they
locked
still
down.
got broke into. A
Yeah.
lot of places still got broke.
A lot of
They was
places-
ready for the
Downtown
second round.
wasn't boarded up. Just the one in the hood.
Now you know what they didn't touch at all. The fashion district at all.
What
Well,
for? There's nothing in the fucking fashion district.
That for one, and two, that's literally like, that's a little deeper, because at that point it's like putting yourself in a tunnel that you got to get out of if they rush.
Yeah,
Like, it's one thing to be at
because
ground
they
level.
did hit Walnut Street and all that,
And
but they did not.
It's
get
one thing to be at ground level, but when there's floors,
Yeah.
and if they come in here, them doors is on one level.
Yeah, but if you know underground, and I guess a lot of y'all see, I went to school.
Yeah, I know.
downtown.
I know that
Oh
underground.
no,
but-
I know how to get all around downtown without ever
never
having to see the sun.
Yeah, me too.
Absolutely.
So, if you
My godfather used to work at City Hall. He
Like,
put me
oh,
on.
you can get through there.
My godpop worked at City Hall for years. He
My
put me on a
grandfather
long
did
time
too.
ago. My
Yeah.
godpop did. He was
So
a
you
vet.
ain't gonna
He
get
went to
used to
City
watch
Hall.
all the parades
That's
from the window.
really, I mean, like this.
But that's not common knowledge though, because even when you walk those tunnels that's underground, if it's
these
not certain
youngins
ones,
don't know nothing about
you
that.
you only see regular people, yo. You don't see like the average person under there with you. You only see them when you get near the subway parts and all of that.
Look, that whole you can walk from one side of the city to the
All
other.
the way
Walk-
and never have to go up.
You
You
can
can walk to
walk
30th
from-
Street.
Yes,
Yeah, you can.
You can walk
Yes,
to
you
30th
can.
You
Street.
can walk to 30th Street.
You can walk to
Yes, you
30th and you can walk down to
You can get down to 8th Street.
I believe so.
You can get to you can't get to 5th Street.
I believe
You can
so.
get to 8th Street.
Yeah, I know it's not
We
Fifth.
should have
I
known
know
that. I
it's
should
not
have known that they wasn't gonna get down there with their old city and all that shit. That's
And
that
up
old
down-
money. That's
up
different
to,
type of.
Vine Street, is it?
That's what I was trying to think. The other direction wasn't fine.
Like where the spur is.
Mhm.
And you get all the way down there.
All of that, and that, I mean, all the graffiti artists know it. Anyway,
all of them. But yeah, I'm glad. I hope that 21 is definitely brings us better. They said shit. If we thought 2020, I think what was the meme? If we think 2020 is bad, wait till it start drinking.
I'm gonna tell you what.
21.
I'm gonna tell you. Yeah, I saw that. That was a good one. I'm gonna tell you something. Somebody said that made all the sense in the world to me. The motherfucker. What he say? He said, nigga said, yeah, man, 2021 gonna be better. He said, nigga, you talk about a calendar?
Right. Like,
and you know that got even crazy. They was like that white man's calendar. But you just talk like times gotta change. Things don't change because of time. Times gotta change first.
Period.
Things have to change first. You know what I mean? Like
Put it on
ain't
a shirt.
a day. It's not a day that makes it happen. Yeah, once I figure out how I meant the word, I got it.
Yeah, put that on the shirt.
But it's not one of those things where you could just be like, you know what? The sun comes out on the 5th. None of this shit gonna exist no more. It just don't work that way. Because it's just, as we just saw on the 6th, there's a whole lot of sickness that's out here, and these people believe this shit. And I don't know if they believe it out of necessity, or I don't know if they believe it because the people that are paid to make them believe it are so convincing.
And they're ready.
They believe it.
And they're ready. They ready for war.
Like you gotta. They have to believe that what was promised to them was that they are better than somebody is true. They have to believe.
Do you know it was wealthy motherfuckers that flew in private jets to go do that shit and said that was the best day of their life?
Like it's a fucking joke for them because
they
went to the hotel and drank wine.
They were on the news.
Outside.
They were on the news. The news people were like, "Oh, may I have your first and last name?" Yeah, my name is John Smith, and I'm from Arkansas. You know what I mean? I'm here, and I just stormed the camp, and she died in my arms, and the blood is on my hand, and I was right there, and I'm like, "What the fuck?"
But it's like hundreds of those interviews.
Yes,
It's
there are.
Because they thought they was in the right. They believed that shit.
Trump told them that he had their back.
How you going to let somebody? All right, if you work at my job, right, and you got me in my job, and I fuck with you heavy, and like I know, like I owe you everything, man. You got me this job. I'm making more money. I'm doing good. I'm taking care of my family. But then you get fired, right? But you only get next week. You out of here. Right. Nigga, you start stating I love you and shit, but I still need my job, bro. I'ma holler at you.
First of all, I did my job already, because if you get me a job, my job is to not come in there and fuck shit up.
Exactly.
If I'm still here, clearly I did what I was required to do
right.
based on you getting me a job.
I don't got nothing to do with you doing.
And that's why people don't get friends and family jobs, because they be like, they gonna come in here fuck my shit up.
Yep.
But
no, you not.
When you step out on that limb and it goes well, even when you leave that job, you happy for that person.
Right. Facts.
You know what I mean? Like, and that's the thing too that we talk about a lot on here, on this pod, and on all of our platforms. Really, is just the energy, the motivation behind why people support people, and like how far that really goes. Like, am I beneficial because I've beneficial,
right,
or because I'm beneficial?
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't balance out until you
on a roll.
I rap a little bit too.
I know, but that was like
I've been official because I'm beneficial.
Yeah, I mean, it's a difference.
I see what you did.
I smoke a lot. I ain't gonna remember it.
She crossed the whole body, so I tried not to keep watching it. But I saw it. Now she gonna just be like, "Did you see it? Did you see it? Did you see what I did?" Like, yes, ma'am. We are on camera.
Sorry. I'm sorry, guys.
Go ahead, Chick. Chick, do not stop talking for us.
I really act like I'm on radio and I'm not on like live. I mean, on podcasts or camera all the time.
We ain't cutting the music.
And when I know, and when I go back and I watch the podcast, because you have made me go back and watch my podcast now, because he keeps telling me I need to be a comedian.
Really
no, she's hilarious, yo. She is a fool.
People, I do not. There's nothing. I am dead serious about the shit that I be saying. No, it's not funny.
Best. And that's the thing, like, that's a misconception with comedy in general. People think that these motherfuckers is clowns just because they funny. That's not the truth. A lot of the comedians that we love the most, the ones that last the longest, the ones that had the biggest impact in our community, meant damn near every fucking thing they said. They gave you 19 years of fire, and 10% of that was fluff to transition into another joke.
I put something up the other day.
Chris Rock ain't playing up there. Dave ain't playing
nobody's
up
playing.
there. Bernie wasn't playing with you motherfuckers.
He told you what it was.
Hey, you like red? You gotta go all the way.
Red was a beast.
A lot of times,
I love
and I
Red.
just put this up, and somebody was like, "Oh, that fits you perfectly." I'm like, that's not a meme. I wrote that. That's what I'm talking about myself. And I wrote it years ago, but I always said, I was like, I don't think before I talk, because I like to be as surprised as everybody else when the shit come out my mouth. Because I
saw when you posted
sometimes
that.
I say shit and I'm like, why the fuck did you say that? You just had a conversation with yourself before it came out, and you said don't say it, and you said it any fucking way. And then I gotta have this whole.
She's performing the conversation with herself right now.
I see what just happened there, and I like it.
You see what I'm saying? Like, I don't think she realizes that people don't do that. Like, and mind you, the microphone was on the opposite side. She sacrificed the mic to sell the fucking joke.
She had to tell herself. She was like, why did you do that?
Like, listen.
Wait till the run back happens. You be like, I just moved.
It's alright. I'm gonna make you a star, little homie.
Because I had to.
Little homie, I'm gonna make you a star.
Yo, man, that's hilarious, man. I'm telling you.
She know I'm right though.
My sister just said she went away for a month. I used to just sell juice, y'all. I swear to God. This is all I used to do. No, I don't drink, really. This is new shit. I don't know what the fuck is going on. I'm losing my mind. Yeah, it is.
You gotta sip with Sammie.
I'm drinking
Matter
now.
of fact, the bottle's still around.
Look, I'm drinking now. I don't know what this is. But my sister went to Arizona. I'm sorry. My sister went to Arizona for a month. When she left, I was selling juice. When she came back, I was a manager. I had a podcast.
Oh my gosh.
Yo.
She had a whole nother network.
She said, I don't even know what to say because I'll go to work for a week and come back and it's something completely new going on. So yeah, we're on like podcast number 3.
She has 3 radio shows because she plays music, which makes it a radio show.
My radio show.
On Glocawear Radio.
Wait, she plays music, so it makes it radio.
No,
it does.
Yeah, if you play music,
that's kind of the distinction.
It's a radio show. If you talk,
especially if
this is a
actively.
podcast. We're talking. You know what I mean. But if you play,
me.
Yeah, but I play music. We listen to music. I have guests. We do interviews.
There's literal music breaks.
Literal
They're
music
not regular
breaks.
scheduled because it's not FM, but they have music
But
breaks.
Fly Girl Friday is going to be a podcast, I believe.
So she has 2 radio shows and a podcast on Glocawear Radio.
I'm a co-host on Paulie and the Gang. This is what happened. I came on for an interview with Sammie and Saf. And then that turned into, okay, this is pretty easy. I like this, And then I'm always at the station. So I'm always coming to Fly Day. I'm always coming to his, to the show that he hosts. I'm always watching this show. I'm always around because I'm always selling juice. I'm always hustling. So, when you're sitting around and everybody talking and they ask you a question, you come up. I always wound up just being on the show. Everybody's show somehow or another. So then I said, man, I should try to do my own show. And I started co-hosting with this other dude. He had a show in the morning. And because he was on 3 times a week, it gave me my foot into, you know what I mean? So I was like, I think I can do my own. So then,
yeah, that's 6 hours a week. That's a lot.
Yeah. So and
on
it
3
was
different days because you get to think in between days. Yep.
Yeah, and he's on for 2 hours. Right. So you know what I mean? So 2 hours 3 times a week. 6. So it was cool, and that gave me my foot, and then I was like, okay, I can do this. But my very first show, baby, I'd never been so nervous in my life.
Why?
Her first solo show?
Because it was the first time that it was my show. I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know
what you was gonna talk about.
How to represent 8 different brands.
I had 90 different. I was so scared that I was going to have dead time. I scheduled like 5
for an hour.
For 1 hour.
It was popping in there when she had her first show. Everybody was there.
Oh my God!
What did y'all talk about?
I had toucan shad, rose and vodka, and you. Well, I was sitting up there by myself. I wasn't even scheduled. Sammie just came up there because he was like, I ain't gonna let you see. You looking like you ain't gonna let you see.
She looked like she needed a friend. She was sitting there by herself.
I was like,
and the room was buzzing. And I'm like, I'm gonna just sit with you.
Right, like, thank you.
Because I hold my folks down. So I'm gonna sit. You ain't gotta say shit to me. I'm gonna sit with you.
I was like, thank you so much, Sammie. Oh my God. Hey guys, how you doing? It's me. Like I didn't know what to say, but it went.
The crazy thing is she probably really said that because I'm sure she's watched that episode 5 times.
Like I didn't know what the fuck to say, but it really did go well. What happened was the thing that made me keep going was when I happened to just like look up and I looked around the room. First of all, the room was full, which means everybody came to support me at a 4:00 show on a Thursday, and it was all boss women though. These were women in the field that I look at and respect, and they was there for me. You know what I mean? And I was like, okay.
Whole bunch of chicks with the juice.
A whole bunch of chicks with the juice. Nice. So by the time the second show came, it was like, all right, cool, I got it. And you know, from there,
she
now,
said that first hour was long as shit.
Yeah,
I said my 2 hours fly by, and your first hour was long as shit.
My very first show on my own, that very first hour was the longest hour of my life. I swear, it felt like 60 hours, not 60 minutes.
Yo, that's crazy. It should fly by.
It does now. Right? Oh hell yeah, I need another hour.
That's why she got 3 shows.
Yeah, that's why I'm on.
Keep talking.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, keep telling her what the other shows are.
So I'm sorry. So Paulie in the gang. So I co-host on Paulie in the gang. She does unsigned music and
shout out to Paulie.
Paulie baby. Don't forget the fucking baby.
All that.
You already know.
Right.
That's my chocolate twin.
That's gang.
You know what I mean? And Paulie actually came through and wound up co-hosting the very first show with me too. She just grabbed the mic and fell in line. So from that day, it was just like, damn, we got to do something together. So I started my show by myself, and then one day she was doing her show, and everybody was kind of running a little behind. So I'm sitting like, you know what I mean, just almost like same. I'm sitting in there. I'm like, I just got up and I came around. And I said, I ain't about to let you sit up here by yourself like that. We ain't gonna do that. And she just was like,
no, that's the game though. Like, and people don't realize, like, you see how like when I did it because I noticed certain things. I know what it takes to do this shit. Right. You know what I mean? But the way that she received it and what it meant to her is why we need to do it.
Right.
Absolutely.
You see what I'm saying?
He did it for a completely different reason.
Yeah,
I took it.
I wasn't worried about that. I just wanted
to
make sure she was good. If she'd have been like, no, I'm straight, I gotta sit him down, get up, I'd have got the fuck up.
Yeah, but I mean,
so it made me
the beautiful part about like really embracing your community. Because I mean, how many people would have just sat there and watched you just see what's.
A lot of them want to see you fold.
They want to see me fold.
Some people want to see if you can do it. Some people want to see you fold.
And there was a few that was watching for that reason. You know what I mean? And that's what's up, because I'm. You know what I mean? It is what it is.
Killing them.
You killed it.
So then
you got 3 shows now to 1.
So we got Paulie and the gang on Wednesday, and if Paulie was here, she would break it down to you and say we get them real moist on Wednesday with Paulie and the gang, and then we get them a little wet
on Thursday.
With my show, which is Loudmouth Podcast. Yes.
Yeah,
not your typical podcast.
I'm to check this out.
Oh yeah, we're gonna have to bring you on. I had to bring you on. You know, it's not as bad as it sounds. It was supposed to be a
First
whole.
First of all, she run the show. You know it's fun.
Yeah, like it's just that's exactly what it is. So that's every Thursday, 4 to 5 p.m. And then we started. Me and Paul. I just called Paulie one day. Was like, you just come on to my show. So she co-hosts my show as well. So I co-host her show with her squad. She co-hosts my show. Co-host my show. Right. We not co-hosts. We co-host.
Yo.
So then we just started walking. I started thinking like, damn, this is some like me and Paulie in the room together is crazy. But me, Paulie, and Saf in a room together
y'all must be out of control.
Is ridiculous. Like it doesn't get any flyer than that.
More chicks with juice.
So we were trying to think of something, and I'm like, man, I asked everybody, I said those names, and they're like, I don't know what's going on with that, but whatever it is, we'll be there. Yeah. So I said, all right, that does names. That's what we do, numbers. I got that.
Gangster.
So we're going to start a show. We didn't know what it was going to be about, and then I just started thinking to myself, because we're always at Fly Boy Friday.
Fly Girl Friday.
I said, why wouldn't we do a Fly Girl Friday?
So
because what happened was we were talking.
Mind you, though, I'm gonna tell you how bold that was. You have no idea.
Why was this bold?
Because we fuck with them. But to just be like, yo,
We about to snatch this
We
up.
about to be the fly girls for y'all brand.
Yeah,
Right.
this is their brand.
And mind you,
This is
the reason
not
that
my brand. This is
the
not
reason
like
she had the
someone-
confidence to do it is because she know we ain't
Don't
on
say
no
nothing.
bullshit.
Right.
We not trying to find 5 models to be the fly girls.
Right.
We want fly girls,
And what I asked
dope
Poe
chicks.
Right.
when
You know what I mean?
When Poe was doing the logo, and this is how it came up. I had walked by him about several times. Now I'm not your typical, red bottom, high heels, sneak. I'm wearing sneaks, Timbs, jeans, and a hoodie. That's what I do. That's who I am. And yes, I have a husband. Ladies, I'm sorry, but I'm taken. So long, because they be so confused. They don't know what the hell is going on with me, but it's none of your business. So mind your business.
I'm sitting right next to you, and all I know is you was killing me.
But
No, keep going.
so
Don't
he's
stop.
making the logo, and all I see is this very tall young lady with hot shorts on.
I think it was Pam Grier. I think it was.
If
an
it
old
was Pam Grier
Yeah.
with the little afro and her little high heels.
Graham.
Foxy, yeah. But I walked by. I said, what's that? Fly girl. I said, fly girl. Why is that representing? That's what you want to represent a fly girl? So he looked at me, and I said, Poe. I said, would you consider a fly girl? I said, would you consider us fly girls? He said, hell yeah.
I'm gonna be honest. He was repurposing another design at that point.
Yeah, I know.
Which probably meant he wasn't going to stick with it.
He probably
because
wasn't.
He was probably troubleshooting.
He wasn't.
Because that's why I knew it was Pam Grier when you first told me.
He was playing with
Because
it.
I had already seen it before this was a thing.
He was sitting there
wow.
on his computer playing with it on a pinball
Yeah.
machine. He was just playing with it. And so I walked by a couple times. Mind you, I just talked to a bad guy.
I was just about to out you. Like, she had just told somebody else to change his design 2 days before that.
Yeah, he's coming on the show. I told him as soon as he gets the logo to
Talking
come on
about
the show.
Vince June, my man.
What does the logo look like now?
His logo.
No, what does your logo look like now?
Oh, it's a radio with wings.
It's
First of all, we didn't have wings. Number one, we need wings. That's what fly
the Flyboy. This the
Yeah.
Flyboy
logo.
Oh.
So theirs has a boombox in between. It's
Oh,
actually
that's
ill as
right.
hell.
Yeah,
it's dope as fuck.
It's dope. I'll show it to you in a minute. But here it is.
Yeah, she got the
Y'all
keychain.
got all the damn gear. Oh my god.
No, we
Is this
merged out.
mine?
We get you one. We get you one.
Gotta get you one.
I don't have any.
I mean, I'm just saying.
I don't have
Well,
any.
this was my
That's
acclamation.
high.
Like I got this.
Yeah, that's
like
like
you're
they
a
got
fly
pinned
girl.
one
I was
night.
like
Yeah,
excited.
he
Like I
pinned
felt like, oh my god.
They had a pinning day.
Yeah. So it was cool. So like even with the fly guy, I said he had the picture is a dude. A cartoon figure of a guy. He got a baseball cap on. He got Jordans on.
Bad
He
guy.
got around a bag of bad guy. He got a bag of. He got all this money around him, and he's smoking an L. Then I wanted the girl version.
Mm-hmm.
So when I got it, I was like, it was like a girl. She had on tight jeans. She got a big butt. You know what I mean? She had on high heels, and she had a pocketbook. I said, "You see me with a pocketbook?" He said, "No." I said, "Can you put some?" I said, "Can you put some Jordans on her? Keep the L." Put the bag of money around her because we like money too. Don't nobody care about this stupid pocketbook, and I don't care what her jeans look like. Just put some Jordans on her or something and make her look as thorough as he does.
That right there. Like, cause I mean, like, you don't have to have all that.
But that just shows you,
still
even
wanna
not
sexualize.
trying.
Yeah.
And it wasn't that he wasn't even trying to do that. But that's what he sees when they think about women. That's the no. But I want you to think of the boombox. I want you to think of
I'm gonna
because
show
we're
you
just
something.
this.
I'm gonna show you how that works though. It's the reason that everything that's fucked up is still fucked up, and it's the reason that us bringing y'all on board or collaborating with y'all, however you want to look at it, makes sense. Because when certain motherfuckers ain't represented in the room, the shit don't come out as great as it could be.
That's right.
It wasn't nothing bad about it.
Right.
It wasn't as good as it could be.
Exactly.
If we could get another opinion from somebody that's not worried about the wrong shit
Right.
at the same time.
Right.
Because there's one thing, like motherfuckers always say, well, you need a woman's touch, you need a female's touch. Not every female's touch.
No.
You know what I mean?
And
So
what does that shit
when
look like
and that was
sometimes?
what I meant when I was like, they were fly girls already. Like Kay been a fly girl.
Yes.
Lady Caution been a fly
Yes.
girl for a long time. Like
Yes.
And these are all women I rock with.
the
And I don't
women
rock
that's
with women.
running around that put work in, that always come through, show us love, make sure we good to the
Period.
best of their ability, whatever
What?
that means. You know what I mean? Like, that's fly shit. And if we could just watch you running around the world after we already connected with you, you ain't got to come back till you ready, but you still a fly girl because we with you.
Right.
You know what I mean? We all on the same jet. We go down together.
That's right.
So that's why everything made sense. But it's funny because like it was bold as hell to try to run with Fly Girl.
We did, and see, I'm like the mama bear of the whole gang.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a little demanding. I'm a Leo, so I don't know how to ask for stuff. I kind of just say, "This what we doing." Yeah, just show up, be there. So you know what I mean. So when I brought it to everybody's attention, I was like, "Fly girls, that sound right?" Just say me like, yeah, me
No, it wasn't me. It was Poe.
He like, ask Poe.
Cause what happened was I saw her that day, whatever
Yeah.
day it was, and I was in there. She was like, "Yeah, I'm thinking about getting another day," and I'm like, "Why the hell wouldn't you get on Fly Day?" I'm not thinking to make her a fly girl because I don't want to assume
Right.
that it's not something she's trying to. Because she has multiple entities, she
Right.
might be trying to brand one of those.
Right.
So I'm like, Fly Day lit. Like we have a
And
ball,
it is, and they do.
If you
Yes, it
add
is.
whatever
Yes, it is.
whatever hour you add to it, it just makes the day better.
Right.
So I'm like, you might as well do it. And I left, and about 5 hours later, I got a phone call, and Poe was like, "Yo, what you think about Chicken or being Fly Girls and doing Fly Day?" And I'm like, man, I kind of just talked to her about that, but if y'all figure it out, just let me know what's going on.
That's all he kept saying. When y'all figure it out, just let me know. I come dancing in the room like. I said, Poe. He said, "What's up?" I said, I don't twerk or nothing, but you think we should be fly girls?
But you know, my one of my t-shirts is "Amateurs Twerking Sucks," so
You know that's my favorite T-shirt.
we don't want a bunch of motherfucking over twerking motherfuckers.
Exactly. You know what I mean? No over twerking or no under twerking either. So that's why I don't twerk.
That's hilarious.
Unless Paulie
Yo,
helps me, because
that
Paulie
was
helps
some-
me sometimes.
Y'all, wait,
You
wait.
like battle rap funny.
Yes. Yes. That's it.
Like she
If
just
I
slide
could
them
spit, if I could
joints,
spit
like,
bars,
But you do.
you do. That's why we
Like,
keep trying to
you
make
just-
you rap and all that.
You will. She will.
I have one rap. I'll rap it to him after we get off here.
She a legacy. She a legacy, so she has her reasons for not wanting to be on stage,
Yeah, no,
and I understand that.
You know what? It's like this though. I'm like all the way 100. Like all my life, I wanted to stay away from the entertainment industry because you know that's always that's.
Tell
been
her
my
who your
world.
dad is.
John Whitehead, McFadden and Whitehead.
Of course he is.
Ain't no-
Of course he is. You know what? Real talk. Like when you see somebody that is just amazing and they just do really dope stuff, you can't be surprised by anything that comes out. Like, you don't get surprised.
That makes sense because I actually react the same way. That makes sense.
But you
Because
know,
people think I be gassing them or like, yo, you showed me so much. Like, no, I saw something
I
and
saw
I'm
something.
rolling with it.
Yeah, like
Until you deter that.
I got the funniest phone call the other day from Son of the 215.
I'm sorry.
No, son calls me at like 11 o'clock in the morning out of nowhere. He texts me and he sends me a text message and it says Jason's lyric.
Uh-huh.
So I text him back and I say, now you have to understand something. Everybody doesn't know my history because I don't move off that name.
Got you.
Chick with the Juice has its own entity.
Because you are.
So so son doesn't know my history.
Got you.
But that you know that's my young boy. That's my little brother. So
Whitehead brother.
I text him back. I say, my brothers. And he said, no. So I said, I said, Whitehead brothers. And when I said Whitehead brothers,
Mind you, that shit was hard. Oh,
yeah,
never
love
mind. Go
is
ahead, go
love
ahead,
is
go
a
ahead.
187 and forget I was a G.
Hard. Forget I was a G.
Forget I was a G.
My God.
Rest in peace, Johnny.
Yeah,
To
man.
my oldest brother.
Dope.
And it was just he didn't text me back for a while. It was a little minute. He didn't. Well, when he did in that text message, he was saying that he was watching it with his girl. You know what I mean? And he said he you know, he calls himself the son of the 215 because he loves Philly, and he is definitely, when he says he does his research, he does his research, and he knows his music.
And this a nigga I known damn near his whole life.
Yeah, he knows his music, and
Yeah.
he's interested. You know, a lot of these youngins don't care about where this music came from, but he cares about that. So he's listening to the soundtrack and he's like, oh, I like it. So he starts looking at the credits And so now he sees white. So this is how we get into this conversation. So he don't text me back for a while.
So he just threw out the bait to see if you was gonna catch it or not.
So then
before he fished, right?
He calls me and he said, "Chick," he said, "you wasn't gonna tell me about all this history, this, that, and third." So apparently when he did his homework and he found out who my father was.
Wow.
And you know what I mean, he was like, "I can't believe that you did not tell me that." You know what I mean, this, that, and the third. But yeah, my father was a Philadelphia legend.
See, I only know because somebody forced her to tell me, like I just forced her to tell you the first time I met her. Real shit.
Yeah, he wrote and saying,
because
"Ain't
he
no
know
stopping
that I
us
know."
now.
It was somebody that knew that I would know. You know what I mean? Because
if you from
a lot
up,
of people
especially if you
be
from
dumb.
uptown or anywhere in North Philly, you know. But I mean Philly, period. But he wrote "Ain't No Stopping Us Now."
Right.
He sang
Right.
he wrote "Wake Up Everybody" for the
Right.
love of money.
Right.
I'll always love my
Right.
mama.
Talk heavy. No, talk heavy, nigga.
Love Train, like my dad, got the OJ's their first gold album. Like it's this is "I'll Always Love My Mama" was something my dad wrote for my grandma.
He's
he didn't have no money.
He's written
for
people's
Mother's Day.
entire lives. Like there's certain people that just play those songs
Literally,
and they
that
good.
is the soundtrack of my childhood.
Of course, it's the
Like
soundtrack
just
of mine.
listen, the list is a dozen popping ass songs.
Your dad is the barbecue man. Like,
Yes.
He is the
Yeah, he's that guy. He's the barbershop guy.
And if
He's the
y'all-
cabaret guy.
If y'all think that I'm funny,
Oh, I'm sure.
stand in
'Cause
the
he
room
done
with that
lived.
dude. Oh
He
my
done lived.
God, him telling a story is so animated, it's ridiculous, and it's funny because if I have 13 siblings, 11 from my dad, and and
Sound like my mom.
all of them, my brothers, they're just it's just to get us all in the room. You'll be like,
Y'all like the Wayans?
yeah, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, y'all like
It's
the Wayans
ridiculous.
over there.
It's ridiculous, but
No, and I ain't mean to because I know you don't.
No. It's all good. It is what it is,
But you are who you
But
are.
like reality, there is like the beautiful part is that you never had to live off of your name
No.
because you are so much your own person. Like you are, like there is no reason for somebody to try to figure out how to make you live off of your laurels. Cause
That's why I don't mind bringing it up. That's why I don't mind bringing it up.
It took me a
actually.
very long time in my life to love me
Wow.
and be happy with me and figure out who I was and to not care or give a fuck about what anybody
That's the part.
thinks or feel. I was in a domestic violence relationship. I didn't hustled. I didn't been homeless. I've lived life.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? And I'm still standing.
Right.
And you chick with the
And I'm
jit
chick with the
news.
juice. You know what I'm saying? And at one point, like I said, I never wanted to be anywhere near the entertainment industry because my dad was the best, but it wasn't we went through shit. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't something that I wanted to be a part of. I went to medical billing and coding school. I worked at an insurance company. This wasn't nothing that I wanted to do. But my daughter got sick. So I wound up selling the juice full time. Then that went into, damn, do I just want to be selling juice at the plant all the time? Like, what else do I want to do with myself?
Which is minimizing what you were doing, but go ahead.
Everybody says that, but to me, that's all it was. But because to me, I was just hustling.
Spot, right?
It was
So you felt like it was a hustle, but you don't realize you changing lives.
I did. And not at the time I didn't realize I was impacting people the way that I was. Now, and this is my new
and
thing.
mind you, that's power.
But let me tell you something. When I realized,
that's when you wield it right.
Right.
It's when you are not doing it because you know you can.
This is when-
But when you realize it, then you have a responsibility to direct it.
look how God works.
That right there.
I didn't know
I
what
was getting there.
I was you look, all together.
I'm all right.
All my life, trying to figure out how to figure it out. Don't know what the fuck to do. I hated my 20s and just didn't know where to go. I got the job at the insurance company, and I hate selling shit. But my job, basically, in a nutshell, if I'm around about it, I was selling mammograms and pap smears.
Right.
But it didn't.
If a
sound
bitch can sell mammograms and pap smears,
Right.
do you know what I
She
could
built
do?
relationships with these motherfuckers.
Listen to the point.
You are selling a pap smear.
Listen to me. I was calling people on the
She would
telephone.
call them. They would say no 18 times, and they'd be like, "Is this you?"
I'd be like, "Can I call you?" I'd be like, "Can I call you next month? I just want to check on you." And they'd be like, "All right." And I'll call them. I'd be like, "Hey, Miss Bertha, what's up? Is my y'all don't need to know my name.
Right.
It's Tanya from
Yeah.
da. I'll be like, how you doing today? She'll be like, "What you want, Tanya? You know I'm not getting that appointment." I'll be like, "I know you ain't getting an appointment, but I'm gonna call you back next month to check on." Eventually, I've gained
They'll say
a
if
relationship
you
with her.
there.
Have their child.
They used to tell her if you come, I'll go.
I
go.
two lives, and I can pull one out right now that I still talk to till this day. I worked on the phone. I was in the office on the phone. It got to the point where my supervisor would have to send me to the events because my members wouldn't come, and they need those numbers. So they need those members to come. So my members wouldn't come unless I was there. Two of my members wouldn't go unless I went on the bus with them. Do you understand what I'm saying? Both of those members had breast cancer. And they were both caught in time to save their lives. I'm always put in those type of positions. I'm always taking care of people. I've raised 16 children in my life. You know what I mean? And still...
She raising glocawear niggas, grown ass men. Never mind. My bad.
I know you. She ain't lying. I mean, that's just my nature.
No, she hold us down though, for real.
But long story short, because I don't want to drag on into my shit. But long story short, the way that I ended up. So I'm selling mammograms and pap smears. Right. So shit. Now I gotta leave this job and I need to still figure out how to hustle. Right. All right, I got this juice thing going. I'm gonna go hard on the juice. Now I gotta brand it. Once I I'm normally got my shirt.
Shout out to son.
Shout out to 215. And I got the his at. I thought this was the chick with the juice shirt though.
We know.
I got my logo and I go to Toucan, put it on the shirt too. We can put it on the shirt too. We gonna copy right there.
You shoulda.
And he put it on the shirt and I start wearing my hoodies. Right? T-shirts, hoodies. Every day when I'm at the Plat, I'm wearing that shirt. So now people recognize me. So now they know that logo. So now now they know that juice. Now they know that bottle. Now they know that sticker. So now they let somebody else walk up. They like, "That's chick with the juice." No, I don't want that. I know she'll be here because I'm consistent and I'm near every day. Rain, sleet, snow, cold.
That's every hustle. Every hustle is about consistency and quality.
Yeah. So once I realized
consistency of quality
that I had that market on deck, now I'm delivering, I'm doing all of this. So money is good. Right. So now I'm at the Glock shop every day. Now what do I want to do? I want to get my juice in somebody's hands. I need like people who are meaningful. I need this juice to be in their hands. Right. So that's what I was doing. That's how I started coming in there, getting my shirts and putting juice in hands. All right, well, I'm making a little bit of money in here. I come around every day, so I pop up every day. Right. Then that went to, now I started to do events were popping. Now that's what I want to do. I'm going to do events. Then I start selling.
Always worth the booth rent.
Always worth it. Always. So I'm telling you, I'm gonna have a party going, and I'm gonna look out. But then I started to want to dabble in CBD products and THC products, and that's when I started making CBD teas and infusions, and I became very good at it. Way better than I thought I would.
She still sounds surprised.
Yeah, I know. I see. Maybe that's that might.
I'm not trying to interrupt, but I'll explain it in a minute. When she's done.
They did lie.
Say that again.
He tells me this all the time, but but I'm speaking my real. But it's my real. You understand? You see something, and this is what I mean by when I look at you. Like when you just said your hair, you was like, I don't know. I love it.
Me too.
I love the color. I love it.
I love the color and the texture of it.
But if it was on my head and I looked at it, I might be like, oh my God, I hate when my hair is poofy. Or you start nitpicking. Well, that's what people do. So I'm still trying to get out of that life. And that's part of being in an abusive relationship for a long time too. You know what I'm saying? So you got to rebuild yourself. So yeah, I'm a strong individual and I don't take no shit. But everybody got their shit. Right. Long story short, I wind up selling the infusions and that went crazy. Once that went crazy, shit. Now I'm just still around the Glock shop all the time, and this is how I ended up on the podcast. And now here we go. And now they're interviewing
now she
me
has
about
an artist.
Now I have an artist.
I love your global.
And then I had an artist drop into my lap out of nowhere because
from
you got to
Mobile,
realize,
Alabama.
even though I'm in
like, how does somebody drop in your lap from Alabama?
Now listen to how God works. I said I don't want to do that. God said, you gonna do what I told you to do. Watch this.
Here go this soul
He
that
said,
you gonna vibe
I'm
with that
gonna put
needs
you-
somebody.
He said, I'm gonna put you in an environment where you're not in the entertainment industry, but you're in the industry. Oops, sorry, but you're in the industry. You're around it, which was great for me. That's
No, the
fine.
realization of when you notice that you're in the industry is very strange.
Yeah, and that's
You go from the outside to the inside overnight.
It was the second.
Overnight. It happens
Out of
overnight.
nowhere, I get a phone call from somebody and says, I'm bringing my folks from Alabama. Can you introduce her to some people?
Wow.
I said, bro, listen, I sell juice. I don't really be and because in my mind, I don't really do
a lot.
the management thing. Now, mind you, I managed some dancers. I manage, yeah, I do. I tell people this all the time. I sell juice. When my artists get on my nerves, I tell I can leave today and just sell juice. I will be okay.
And you just like the mom that is not kicking her kids out.
Yeah,
Fuck
never,
is you talking
no, I'm
about?
never. They never leave with me. But long story short, I said that a lot, but it's the story's long.
We about to get to the end.
So now, this is, even though I didn't want to be in that industry, it's like now here she comes. So my intent was take her to the shop, introduce her to some people, take her to some folks. Hey, somebody want a manager or something?
You ever want to see God laugh?
And he's laughing right now. And I just had she just dropped her first single. And mind you, she's been here 5 months. So she dropped her first single on Black Friday. Her first video.
I need you to give me a minute of give me a minute and just explain to me where you fall into that. What's your capacity in this whole dropping the album thing?
A great network and a fucking hell of a brand.
I didn't know, and I'm
So
just
she's
moving.
marketing and she's promoter.
She's
The
the
network.
fuck. She started a label. She started a label for her artists.
You started up.
Elevated Entertainment.
No, not like no.
literally,
Not,
like-
she didn't start a label to sign her artists.
No, it's for her.
She started a label for the artist.
heard what
The
you
artist
said.
has artists already and just dropped her first single.
Dude, I heard what you said. I ain't messing with her no more because she over here acting like she ain't
So
fully
look,
blessed.
now-
Wow.
One thing for sure, two things for certain. Part of the reason that y'all are here is for a reason. It ain't just because South wasn't here. It's because I always want to make sure the right people meet the right people in the right environment so that y'all can understand how y'all benefit each other, even if that's spiritually or whatever the fuck have you. But we're people that value networks and we value support. And our road isn't easy, but we get so many wins that we look back and forget how much we've done and how much we've missed. So I want us to spend those times building with the right people.
Facts.
But one thing I want to say is, I appreciate that. When it comes to what I said about her power and recognizing her power, I get them one because you gave them your life. So I'll let one loose. When I was in middle school, elementary school and all that, I was damn near paranoid because I worried about what everybody else was thinking. Like when we was walking in from recess, I was wondering if I was walking right.
Yep.
Like it got to the point where I already had epilepsy. I was already motherfucking dyslexic. I had a bunch of other shit going on. And it was like, you know what? I'm going to drive myself crazy worrying about other people. And in middle school, I decided to say what you said in the middle of your speech was fuck what everybody think and know that I'm good enough.
Yep.
Yes.
And as soon as I figured that out, within a year, I'm not going to say it was overnight, but it takes a while sometimes, especially when you're that young, for people to notice.
Yeah.
Everybody was worried about what I was doing.
Right.
Everybody was in my business, whether it was good or bad. That I didn't have to seek anybody's approval. The motherfuckers that wanted to be me around me was around me. The motherfuckers that was against me, I knew why they was against me. I recognized my power right before high school.
Right.
Then when I got to high, like, cause you talking about like 5th, 6th grade, right? So 7th and 8th grade, you like the kings of the school.
Right.
We play ball. You handsome. You got the Carl Canal boots. Like you
Right.
good.
Right.
You know what I mean? Whatever was popping back then.
All right.
Eastlands, Timberlands.
Right.
Like I remember having all of that back then. You know what I mean? But it was just like you good with just that. But when I went to high school, I was nervous. Probably like anybody. And I was like, yo, this is the school. I don't know if I'm going to know anybody there because I ain't know how many people from my school was matriculating there or whatever have you. And I said, I'm going to just treat it like fucking middle school. And I went in there being me. And I dressed like I wanted to. And I motherfucking cared about what I wanted to. And mind you, I went from private to public school for high school. So I went from uniform. That's why I named the boots, because it wasn't nothing else to really show your shit off with.
Right.
So when I got to high school, it was like every day. I remember my freshman year, like picking my shit out the night before.
Mm-hmm.
I remember my sophomore year,
Not giving a fuck.
I made sure my feet was fresh because I always been in the feet.
Yeah.
But I bought 1,000 white tees, oversized white tees and thermals from the Big and Tall store, and I wore white tees and thermals so much that I got in an argument with a chick because she was like, "What the fuck is wrong with you? All you fucking wear is the same shirt." I'm like, "If you know how many of these fucking shirts I got more money in my pocket than your pop got in his bank account." Like, I flipped out on her, like, because it was just like, you don't even know. Like, I'm so on my I don't give a fuck, because what happened my freshman year was I picked my clothes out every day, but I had first period jump. So after you freshen up, because it ain't no showers, I put ball shit, sweatpants back. I'm not even dressed the rest of the day until it's time to go home, because it's hot as shit in the building anyway.
See, it was a
you
little...
know, public school, they don't adjust it for you.
For nothing. It's going to
So
be
it's
hot,
like,
it's
it
going to
is
be cold.
what it is. But I was me, and I went to college the same way.
The difference,
what I'm
the
saying?
only difference from my high school, my mom died when I was in the 9th grade.
Understandable.
You know what I'm saying? So
nothing you can control about that.
My high school years was like
a blur.
I really...
You
know
wasn't
what I mean?
there, but you
at
was
all.
there.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's when I started a relationship with my daughter's father, which was an abusive relationship. So my whole fucking like high school to like 21 was just like
Now, I don't want to cut you off, but the crazy thing is, when you said, and that's not new news to me about your past relationship, but when you said that you were in an abusive relationship,
and just for the record, never been in another one since. But go ahead.
And we were talking about it as it referred to your power. Part of what I thought was, and I didn't want to assume, was that it happened at a certain time before you was even able to transition into the understanding of you and all those things that you said. It was like it caught you right at that, and I had a feeling, mind you, that was a feeling. I didn't know that because I've heard you refer to it, but I didn't know the age.
I've
range
always been a
that.
strong, individual. I had like literally, and this is since I was little. I used to get beat for this. If I have to say something, whether I'm right or wrong, if I can't say it, I will throw up. I will get sick.
Me too.
That's me. Yeah, I have to say it. Like I'll have to apologize.
It's not about talking with me. With me, it's about fighting.
Yeah, same thing.
Yeah, like if you piss me, if I feel super disrespected and I gotta hold that,
I'm gonna get sick.
As a kid, I would go home and throw up in my bedroom.
Like,
because my anxiety would drop, my pride, my anxiety, and mind you, these are things, and I tell people all the time, like I had a bad temper, I got a lot of pride, like my level of what's considered disrespectful is way shorter than a lot of people.
Yeah, I'm a Leo, so
but it's like having an addiction.
It is,
because you fight that shit every day.
Let me ask you a question, because so
me too.
So I remember when my kids dad and I, we were arguing one time, and he was like, "You always disrespected me," and I was like, "What does respect mean to you?"
Right.
Stumped him. Couldn't talk.
He didn't even know what you
now
did.
see.
What the fuck you talking about?
I've been introspective for a while, like really trying to figure myself out and better myself and be aware of where relationships fracture, situations fracture, at shit like that.
Yeah.
Especially when you get to a certain point.
So
in your
I
life.
understand. I understand my disrespect range.
Right.
I can
But
point
you
it out to
understand
you
where you know what
clearly.
it is. Right.
But that's not easy to come by neither.
But it's because most people just say, "Oh, you disrespected me," but they've not ever thought about what does respect mean to you. And to me, I was like, look, tell me what respect means to you. And I guarantee you have to rethink what you just said to me. But so many of our young boys and our young girls out here, they get caught up in the disrespect swirl because somebody told them wrong.
That really relates to a thought I had earlier when I was like, sometimes when people respond to certain things, I wonder, are you responding because that's how you were taught to respond to that kind of energy? Like a lot of people say cliche phrases every time something happens. If somebody violates, suck my dick, for a chick, period. Like whatever the fuck, like there's certain things that you're always going to hear, and it's like, were you trained to say that, or is that because you feel like, are you identifying why you're? Do you think that when you say that because it's something that you know that strikes, that wins it?
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Like, what are you trying to get out of it? Like me, I had rage problems. which probably stemmed from my insecurities as a kid. But I fought so hard against that stuff that when certain stuff happened, it was like I let so much stuff go, trying not to be that guy, that you gonna get what
You won't get it.
Cause I would warn motherfuckers. Like even as a kid, one time we was on a school trip. My dad went on a school trip with us. I was blessed, and we was on the back of the bus cutting up. We got back to Philly, and my dad was like, "It's just mom jokes all day. Like your mom had you. Like you really let somebody joke about your mom. Like we ain't play that shit." And he ain't say kill nobody, but he said you don't let nobody disrespect your mom. And mind you, I was in a special situation because my mom worked at the school and was beautiful. My mom was the first one with the Halle Berry cut. You can ask Saf. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it was like they knew my mom. So it's different when it's somebody whose mom is home and horrible and nobody knows her. My mom is right in front of everybody. You really probably thinking this shit. You're not just joking like I'm joking.
Right.
Wow.
So that made me think about that too.
Right.
So when I was represented with this, and I'm just telling you, like, this is a child,
Right.
I would warn people first. Because I used to participate.
Right.
So somebody be like, yo, your mom, whatever. Yo, I don't play mom jokes.
You do whatever
Okay,
else.
fair enough.
Some people,
Just thought you was.
it's cool. Most people, reaction, nigga, I don't give a fuck what the fuck.
Okay.
I got in most of my middle school fights over my mom.
Wow.
And half the time I warned her about it. I'm like, I'm going to tear his ass up at the school. Like, it got to go down.
Yeah,
Because it was that. You see what I'm saying? Like,
Wow.
it's very weird. But I learned even with that, I'm using that as an example, like, till this day, I found ways to, like, control myself long enough to at least give you the warning that I'm not really trying to do this with you.
Right. But I would.
I think it's
But-
cool that you're saying middle school and high school because I didn't learn these habits until I was in
Adulthood.
like literally
But
like
you don't understand.
4
I was
years ago.
literally, my body and my brain was already fighting me, and I was fighting myself.
Yeah,
I had to figure it out.
yeah.
Like, I had to.
But that's like one of the most introspective things I've heard from a man. And I mean, like, I am blessed to know a lot of real men. That's different. Okay? Because, I mean, like, going through my life, I decided that there was just way too many people's fuck ups. And I was like, you know what? You're not ready. And it doesn't mean that you might not be ready for somebody, but you're not ready to roll with me. Because you're mentally not here.
I
You know,
get rid of
I talked
them.
to you a million times about the same thing. You're never going to hear me. So your role, like somebody else will catch
You're
you.
dealing with a traumatized community. But go ahead.
But
Because it's not just men, it's
It's
just
not an
people,
excuse.
period.
It's not an excuse.
because my
Because they
thing
don't
is-
realize it.
But see, my reality is
You
Yeah.
need what you need.
I'm here to take everybody with me that's ready to walk.
That's
with.
and if you
Oh,
ain't
talk
ready,
heavy.
I will always look back and check on you to make sure that somebody got you and I'm
you got the best joke. She got the heaviest quotables.
Yeah, facts.
We could probably make the most t-shirts out.
My nigga.
What up, Rude?
Mr. Big Drunk.
Sam Malone. Drinking and smoking.
You know how we do.
And MGD.
I'm smoking again. I'm drinking again. Shot for shot, I think I'm gonna win. Stress relieving, the party starting, I'm all in. Let's go. You came to get fucked up, homie. Fall in, come ballin'. It's my game. Barstool, cool the name. Was on before I came. You niggas lame. Beer and brown when I get down, nigga. I don't play at all. Catch me with squad, booze brothers, club gang. We cruise lovers who bruise brothers and roll tanks. No lean bottles and blunts, a gasoline. Stances mean scoping the scene. In between, getting faded and X-rated, don't intervene.
I be drinking, I be smoking every day. I be drinking, I be smoking every day. Hey, fuck what you call it. Hey, fuck what you call it. I drink till I'm drunk cause I'm an alcoholic. I be drinking, I be smoking every day. I be drinking, I be smoking every day. Hey, fuck what you call it. Hey, fuck what you call it. I drink till I'm drunk cause I'm an alcoholic. I think my liver wanna play. I'm overseas with that pure a white Hennessy. Me and Barstool got a couple hoes, they freaks. These Jones is freaks, they wanna fuck between the sheets. And they a fuck for a couple drinks. I ordered a couple shots, we drinking till it's gone. And now I'm on. Shorty asked me my name. I lied and told her my name was Sammie. And now this bitch is calling his phone. She don't know, but after I smash a nigga gone. Ayy, fuck what you call it. Ayy, fuck what you call it. My pimpin' is good cause I'm a pimpaholic. I'm retarded. I be drinking, I be smoking every day. I be drinking, I be smoking every day. Ayy, fuck what you call it. Ayy, fuck what you call it. I drink till I'm drunk cause I'm an alcoholic. I be drinking, I be smoking every day. I be drinking, I be smoking every day. Ayy, fuck what you call it. Ayy, fuck what you call it. I drink till I'm drunk cause I'm an alcoholic.